Once again, everyone, welcome back to Quest for Quet. And we are ready for one of, I think, the most beautiful games I've seen in my time watching speedrun marathons. And thanks to all your support, we are doing a slightly different category. This is Journey All Symbols White Robe Glitchless by SanchoPanda. Take it away.
Y'all, I'm so excited to be doing this run. We got the camera on. You can see me lying here, defeated. So I'm going to go right over to the chapter select, and when I press X, yes, we're going to lose all of our progress and we're going to start over. That's when the run starts. Is everybody ready? Hello?
We're ready.
Okay. I think we're ready to go.
All right, and there will be a nice cutscene, and we can introduce everyone right after that. So yes, we're doing the white robe glitchless, which means I'm not going to be moving the camera around to make this little guy go a lot faster. And we're picking up every single symbol, which I'm really excited to do, because when we just do the regular any %, you kind of miss some stuff. Oh, speaking of missing, if I miss one of these, the rule on the marathon is if you miss it, you got to kiss it. Mwah. All right. Who's with me today? Awkward silence. Thomas, want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Solmas218. I'm also a speedrunner of Journey, though I only did Red Robe. I haven't done White Robe yet.
Oh, wow. I found Red Robe harder and more, yeah. Yeah, good for you. And our host is Sawayoshi, right?
Yes, that is me.
So, did you have a first playthrough of Journey that was memorable for you? I know a lot of people like to share very fondly the first time they played the game.
A little bit of interesting backstory. I've actually seen this game in marathons. I've never actually played it.
Get out.
But it looks amazing, and I do want to play it eventually.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that we're spoiling some of it for you, but definitely what we're seeing here is sort of the history, the back history of a fallen culture that we're going through, but a lot of it is open to interpretation, and that makes it fun. It's, one of those games that kind of like Eco, it's a minimalist. It's more by doing less. Less is more. So we're entering into the Broken Bridge. And broken bridges, usually we just flap from one of the broken bridges to the next without picking up any symbols in the any %. But there are 3 symbols here, so we're going to be doing a roundabout way to get to them, and then hopefully a fun little shortcut to still make it up to the top from the 3rd symbol. So, Solmas, have you seen an all symbols run before?
I've seen an all symbols run before. I haven't done one myself yet, though.
Does it interest you?
It does interest me, yes.
And y'all need to know, Solmas and I, we know this level like the back of our hands now. Can you explain why? And why that wasn't a good thing?
Yeah, the other night, a few nights ago, we tried to do a co-op speed run of White Robe Glitchless, and pairing up is usually not that hard. There's kind of a specific way that we try to do it. But for some reason, I guess on PS5, the servers are just not populated enough or something. We tried for 3 hours and only got paired once.
3 hours. So, although both of us got paired with a Red Robe at some point.
So yeah, we hung out in this area for around 2.5 hours.
Almost time. We were trying all sorts of tricks too. We were just coming up with superstitions to try and pair ourselves. We did everything we're supposed to do, and it only worked one time. Oh, man. All right, this part is a little tricky. I've got to do these flaps really well to make it all the way up to a top cliff. If not, we'll do a shortcut thingy. All right, we got the symbol. This is looking good. Oh, we made it.
Very nice. That was some fancy flying.
Yay. No, it wasn't fancy flying. That was a resistance run. 3. We get 5 flaps to make it over here. It looks like I've got a good height to hit the ribbon, and that will, give us our cloak back. Oh, goodness. This was really the part of the run I was worried about failing the most. It's all smooth sailing from here, smooth flapping from here. All right. I gotta get all these because I don't want to have to kiss any. It's a long way out there. All right, we got them.
Yeah, so
Yay!
for anybody who hasn't played Journey before, the way that Sancho is able to float around and fly around while using White Robe specifically is this scarf that you see. And every time you pick up a symbol, it extends the scarf, so it gives you more time of flight. And you'll see as Sancho is flying, the little light that's lighting up the scarf will deplete. So it's kind of like a visual meter that you can work off of, like a stamina bar.
Stamina bar, I like that.
So you get so many flaps of flight out of your stamina bar, and then once that, at least on a White Robe, once that's depleted, you have to walk on the ground for a little bit for it to auto recharge. Or you can just pick up another symbol, and it automatically recharges when you pick up a symbol as well.
You pick up a symbol, like it causes you to glow while your scarf is filling back up, and you can sneak in about 3 flaps if you time it right before it, while it's still just filling up the bar.
The way you unlock White Robe is actually by collecting all the symbols in the game with Red Robe, and then you can change to White Robe at the hub.
And
with Red Robe, you don't automatically regen. So that's why Sancho said Red Robe is a harder speed run, because you actually have to play the game like sort of as intended.
Yeah. Since your scarf isn't charging when you walk, you do a lot more walking and a lot less flying in Red Robe. It makes the game longer, which is great though for a first playthrough, because you really do kind of want to experience the environments. This is definitely an experience the environment kind of game. And we weren't able to pair up, but a lot of people remember fondly their first time playing the game, being paired up with somebody. All you're doing is like chirping at each other, and a lot of people thought it was an NPC and didn't realize till later they were actually going through the game with another player. Some people went start to finish with the same person and, ended at the end of the game just in tears, just because of the experience, the camaraderie experience. All right, Pink Desert. How fun is Pink Desert for you, Soulmass?
As Red Robe, it's not super fun because it's very, very technical.
Walking simulator.
Yeah, and Dune Sliding Simulator 2000. But in White Robe, it's so much fun. I mean, you can see Sancho here just gliding, just moseying around. It's very chill.
Yeah. And here's our first of 3 symbols we're picking up.
But everything's very spread out, and you kind of have to memorize the dunes, which is difficult to do because they're just sand dunes. There's not much to go off of.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I started learning this part of the run yesterday, or relearning it. It had been so long since I'd done it, and I'm doing a different route from before. So I'm not trying to be super technical on these dunes here. There are others who are in chat who know this game backwards and forwards, and they would point out that I'm doing a really bad job managing my flaps. Well, maybe that time it was okay, but on the flaps you want to end a flap right at the apex of the hill, so you don't have to trudge up like this and lose time, because you go a little bit faster when you're sliding, so you want to slide when you can. And we're on our way to our second symbol of the 3.
Just chilling at the top of this tower here. Sancho's going to do a fun little trick where we're just going to glide from here and get straight up to the top of the tower by chirping these. Oh, yeah, I guess with White Robe, you don't need to chirp them. Nice. I was going to say, you can chirp those little those floating ribbons, and the ribbons will come over and recharge your scarf. But with White Robe, you can just barely make it to the tower.
That was not well managed, but that's okay. This will still be a PB for me, because I haven't done this run on PS5 yet. And actually, Soulmass, we were wanting to get a co-op run in on PS5 because there are no runs in the leaderboard, and we wanted to introduce ourselves as the world record holders for White Robe co-op glitchless. We did piece together a run, but we thought it was going to be the first of several, and so at one point I did a fancy flying for 2 seconds just to be silly, and that ruined our run. I'm so sorry, man. We would have a run on the leaderboard right now if not for my naivety and playfulness. But that's part of what you love about me, right? Right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
And
thanks.
at the end of the day, fancy flying is really cool. And when we
Yeah.
say fancy flying, there's a group of various physics abuse tricks that you can do in this game to do unintended stuff with flight. And Sancho did one of those just because, and yeah, invalidate
Just
the run.
because. And it did invalidate our run. It was really a bummer.
To be fair, they are very fun to do. So
Oh, they're so fun to do. Stay still, buddy. It's really hard to just land on these thingies. All right, there we go. We're trying to get all the way up there. Ooh. I don't know. I don't think so. Boo. All right, backup strat here. Actually, I don't know what the backup strat is here. Can I reach? Can I reach this part?
yeah, you should be able to reach the ledge.
All right, there we go. Yes, this is the intended backup strat, which we all knew. And now we got our third symbol. Oh man, gotta kiss all of these. Mwah. Mwah. And I missed this one over here too. Okay. All right, host, do you have anything you'd like to share? We've got a lot of cutscenes. Any good jokes?
Oh, absolutely. We actually have a couple donations coming in.
Yay!
We have $10 from Garvey with no comment, but thank you for the generosity regardless. We also have a $25 donation from Starwind X9 that simply says less than 3.
Aw.
Thank you for that one. And that one goes towards the Pokemon Crystal gender bit, where it goes towards transing Limey's gender, goes towards the girl option. Of course, we have that, and also a milestone for Pokemon Crystal Catch the Lake Shiny, which, if met, Limey will catch a shiny Gyarados. So get those donations in. Back to you.
Is that hard to do, or is it very easy? Do you know the shiny Gyarados?
I will be honest, I have no clue, but shiny
Me either.
Gyarados is majestic. So
Okay.
y'all better meet that milestone.
They've been chat's been doing a great job with meeting every milestone so far. It's been really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I believe in you, chat. Let's trans Limey's gender, please.
Oh no! Oh, goodbye, everybody.
So now we're entering the section of the game, which is a lot of people's favorite, which is this big segment, which is mostly sand surfing. So it's kind of an auto scroller, but not. And we're just going to be carefully surfing down a bunch of declines and trying to catch symbols along the way. It's pretty shameful, and you have to reset if you miss any of these symbols because you can't go back to them.
Yeah,
Sancho's got this, I believe.
I'm gonna do a very safe strat for the second symbol, or the third symbol, which is the one that's kind of tricky when you're doing the really optimized route for it.
So that first one's not so hard to get.
Just for fun, let's do this. Whee! Okay, go on.
And like Sancho said, we'll talk about the third symbol when we get there, which will be pretty quick. This chapter of the game's not that long, because we are just schmoving down these hills.
Moving.
Here we're going to immediately hold
with
right
my
and just
homies.
glide to the symbol, which is pretty fun while the cutscene is going on.
Moving with my homie.
And then glide over this wall, which skips an entire like puzzle platformer section, which would open that gate to get to this section.
Yeah, normally we go to the right here and get the symbol in a really cool, dramatic way. I'm kind of doing a more direct route, which is a tiny bit slower, but a whole lot safer. If you're not that, if you're out of practice like I am. Also,
Yeah,
we've got go ahead.
Going down the middle here, like Sancho said, is a little bit easier because this right here is going to spit you out right at where the symbol is. It's kind of the intended way to get there. But if you're really, really speedrunning it, you're going to go around the right-hand side and then curve your way up around the side of that mountain and just pick it up along the way instead of taking that tunnel.
Yeah, it's fun. I really mistimed my flaps there, but these are like super optimizations. I think what I love about this speed run is that it's a very, very good entry-level speed run for someone who wants to get into speed running. that doesn't want to do like super high input stuff, you know, getting under 40 minutes in a white robe glitchless run of this is a great goal for someone just trying to pick up a game to speed run for the first time.
I agree. This is a very good entry-level speedrun game, especially white robe.
Yeah, and your heart rate just drops right here in a good way. You know, every time it's just like such a cozy moment in the game. So beautiful.
We are coming up on one of the few actual tricks in a glitchless run, which are allowed, and that is a Zen drop. And what Sancho's going to do is, as soon as a certain point coming off of this cliff, we're going to hit the menu button and then come out of the menu and sit down while we're falling. And the sitting animation actually makes you fall down faster. So you're going to see
we got it
sitting, and we're just going to plummet straight down to the ground. Normally you would float, and it's very slow floating down here. So it saves quite a few seconds to do that.
Yeah. Ta-da! But yeah, we have some runners in chat who are phenomenal, and so I'm really happy that they're here, and they're being super humble about it, but they crush all my times on this. I think the only reason I got in is because the people who do this event know me, and they liked that I sang at the end of this the last time I did it. So Nichiro Cherubis, if you want to get into this, you got to up your singing game too. But actually, I would love that. I think Nichiro has a lovely voice. I've heard him sing on stream some.
Sancho is being modest. Sancho has held some world records in this. It's just that some people came along afterwards and took them.
I think I still have PS3, for what that's worth. I have the PS3 world record. And honestly, between PC, PS4, PS5, and PS3, the PS3 one is the one that handles the most different. I was gonna almost say the Wanderer, the Wayfarer is just a little bit heavier, and some of these tricks are a little harder to pull off or almost impossible, and you have to do different routes. All right. I was thinking about if I can get really good at all symbols, it would be fun to submit it for GDQ. And if I was going to submit it for GDQ, I would want to pitch it as this would be a great run to have right after a horror block, like as a detox. But then I thought about this level. And I know many people like legit got jump scared in the, like it's such a contrast in tone from the first from the cozy first levels of the game.
Yeah, because this is technically an underground level, but because of like the blue tone of everything, it feels like an underwater level.
Yeah.
So you can get those thalassophobia vibes.
Yes. But definitely, I mean, life is much better down where it's wetter, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely agreed.
Okay, I literally just forgot for a split second. We've got to get a symbol here.
Yes, there's one right here.
On the fact that I almost switched back into any percent mode, and that would have really stunk. Because that's one of the sneakier symbols in this game. I wouldn't say any of them are like super hard to find for somebody who's got that exploring, urge. Oh, that was a good entry. And a terrible exit. Yay! I'll take that trade-off though.
Yeah, I think casually there was only like one of them in the tower that I didn't find that I had to look up.
Yeah, the one that's hidden, that's with the hidden shrine, or
yeah,
the one
I think the one in the hidden shrine. Yeah,
it's like hidden behind a curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Sancho said, if you're gonna really just vibe in this game and just explore, you're probably gonna find all the symbols.
Yeah. And hopefully I'm doing this run fast enough and in not the intended way with most of this that you could still pick it up and not remember where they were and still enjoy the game, for the first time. Now, I am actually online, so there's always a possibility that I'll get paired with somebody and they could interfere with and even ruin the run. But that's part of the fun, I feel like. All right, you want to explain this war machine here? We're getting our first jump scare.
Yeah, so that war machine just activated to eat our little red carpet friend that was following us, and now Sancho is trying to go very quickly to skip a cycle here on the war machine. With White Row, if you flap
it.
this quickly enough, you can get through this before the War Machine reaches this part where it does an intended cutscene and eats these scarves. And Sancho did it fast enough, so we made it to the scarves, and now the cutscene is happening behind Sancho, and Sancho can just continue forward. We do need to still like hug the left here, because there's going to be more War Machines patrolling through this area, and if any of them see you, they will come and eat your scarf. And we want to keep our scarf for speedrunning reasons.
Especially for tower. Yeah, if they see you, they'll flat out cut you in half.
Oh,
or
nice head
cut
bomb.
you in half to cut the scarf in half. So if you had
Sancho did a small optimization there, going through that little hole in the architecture, bonking his head and falling straight down into the symbol. This run really is a lot about tiny optimizations that we're just not talking about.
It's more that they happen so fast than anything.
Even just as all the little bunny hops that you see Sancho doing, as soon as Sancho lands and then immediately hops back up in the air, each of those saves about a second, I believe.
Oh, someone in chat just said they got hit by like all the War Machines today. That's really like when you're so proud of your scarf and then you're dividing it by 2 every time you get hit. And then you just got like this little, miniature like it was the cape that was used for your toddler's like costume for Halloween. And that's
we've got a new category extension, all War Machines.
Oh my gosh.
I would run it.
That's okay. Scarfless all War Machines. How about that? So you don't pick up any symbols, and then you let every War Machine hit. There's several War Machines though in the ice level that can hit you as well. So we're talking, I don't know, at least 5 or 6 hits, I believe.
We're talking a whole new route.
All right, Nichiro, Cherub, start routing this. This sounds like a lot of fun. All right, I started learning this last night, and I love this. I love Tower. This is so fun. The route for getting all of the symbols.
Arguably the most technical section of this run is right here in this Tower segment.
Yeah.
The intended way to do it is to go through it and activate various portions which will raise it's not really water, but it's kind of like a shiny gloop, and each time it raises the level of the gloop, you're able to reach higher toward the top of this little tower in the middle of this area here. What we're going to do is some speedrun tech to skip doing a lot of that.
Yeah, we'll still hit a couple shrines, but not all of them. I don't think I took off well for that.
So yeah, this tower section is routed very specifically to do as little of the intended stuff as possible. So yeah, picking up that symbol, using the symbol again to extend our flight time, make it over to this platform.
And now in any percent, we would activate that shrine right there on our right, but we've got a symbol to get that's up to our left here, and I've got to time these flaps well to do it. Hey, we got it.
Very nice.
Yeah. We've got a different shrine to hit here.
Yep, got to make it to this ledge, use this little tiny ledge to stand on and recharge the scarf, and then we're on our way again to chirp here and raise the gloop level.
Yes. We're not using the gloop quite yet, but we're still raising that one. I zoned out for a second. I was really worried I wasn't going to get to that ledge.
Yeah, thankfully these tiny ledges allow us to do all these little skips. And
my problem, Soul Mess, is that you've got a very cozy, comforting voice. And I was just listening to you. I was like, man, you're doing such a good job of describing this run. I'm really enjoying this. Oh yeah, I'm doing the run. I forgot. I could have done that from underneath, but I'm still learning the route, so I did it kind of safe.
Yeah, it's a little scary to do that from underneath and just keep going.
And this is the hidden shrine symbol, which was one of the sneakier ones to find if you're not looking well.
Yeah, exactly. The door that opens up this room doesn't open until you raise the gloop above it. So if you don't go searching around in the gloop and see that the door had opened up, you can miss that room entirely.
All right, I have my own way of doing this. I'm going to hit the underneath part of this to activate the ribbon, and then catch the ribbon, and then just kind of coast with the rest of
Very
it.
nice. You notice anytime Sancho is touching any of these specific red ribbons or anything red ribbon related, it recharges.
I don't think it's the fastest way, but I think it might be close after watching the world record run and the way he does this. It might be close. It was just cozier for me. All right, do we have...
We're getting toward the end. We've got one more big cutscene, so Sawa, what you got for us?
Sawa, anything to share?
Absolutely. Everyone, as a reminder, this is Quest for Cat, a 2-day event, technically 3 days. We had a tabletop RPG, Cortex Prime, as a pre-show yesterday. And we started at 10 a.m. Eastern today and are going to 1 a.m. and we're starting at the same time tomorrow. If you're curious on what's going to be run, !schedule in chat and check what's been shown, what's coming up next, and what's still to come. Also, of course, we are raising money for Trainer Anade and their service dog, Quet.
I was just looking behind me to see if I've got a lot of crafts I like to make, and I was trying to see if I had a little dog that I'd made back here, but I don't. So.
Sawa, I'm just curious. I know you've run Grease before. Have you ever tried running Journey?
Again,
Grease? Oh, yeah.
I've run Grease, but I've again never played Journey. But I do want to at some point.
I think you definitely should. This run is a lot of fun. It's right up your alley.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll have to check it out.
Almost everyone who's in the Journey community that I'm a part of, I've definitely watched them speedrun, if not at least play Gris at some point. There's just such a vibe connection between those two games.
They're very similar games. I'll just leave it at that.
And Solmas, you've also run Abzu, right? Which is Journey Underwater?
Yes. Abzu was one of my primary runs for a while. I kept going for world record, but that world record is so optimized that I kind of gave up. But once I got second place, I was happy.
Oh, nice. Good job. How close are you? How far off are you from the record?
I can't remember. I remember I was like I was the second person to ever get past the specific second barrier, or minute barrier, I mean.
Oh, and nice.
Once I got within the minute barrier, I think I was only about 20 seconds behind, but those 20 seconds are so hard to optimize that I just gave up.
Yeah. All right. We're going to skip a good portion of the run here where we'd have to walk and have our scarf be freeze, and so the walking would even be slower by just scaling up the side of this wall. Technically, we're not going out of bounds. So, oh, wow, why didn't it give it to me? That was weird. All right, I'll try again.
Since we're doing all symbols, we can kind of easily just reset this and do this. If you're not picking up all symbols, you kind of almost have to do this first try, because if you step out here, as soon as you step out that door, your scarf starts to freeze, and you don't have as much stamina, so you aren't able to get quite up onto these ledges to do this skip. But with all symbols, our scarf is much longer, so there's a lot more leeway.
My gosh, this part's exactly like any percent, and so I wasn't practicing it. I was just learning the all symbols route. I was like, it's a walk in the park now. But we made it, fortunately.
These little ledges are actually very small, much smaller than they look on screen.
Oh my gosh, so why am I doing this to myself? I'm like barely making each of these.
And by doing this, getting straight up to this bridge, we've skipped most of this portion of the game.
And now we're just bunny hopping it through the snow.
Yeah, this is a slow section where normally the intended way that they want you to do is go through the middle part where you see all those things that you can like hide within and behind, and there's the war machines flying above, and you're supposed to hide from them as you go across the snowfield. But you can just hug this right wall, and as long as you stay near the wall, none of them will ever see you. So we're just going to do that.
It's also the most direct path too. It's not like we're having to go out of the way to avoid them.
Yeah, the one that just passed by is the only one that could ever see us, and you saw that its light was pretty far away. So as long as you're not too far away from this wall, you're not going to get seen.
Yes. He did kind of a trudge crawl run there. Although if you're a bit slow here, the one that war machine that's just coming across the top left, if the wind's not nice to us, he can turn around fast enough to see us, and that could be a bummer. But I think we're in the clear.
The cycle that they're on, the global cycle, once you get through here and they start moving, if you, like Sancho said, if you're a little too slow, it can see you right before you get through this door and grab you. But we have a lot of leeway with that as well. You don't have to go too fast or too slow.
All symbols, no war machines. This run's looking okay. I think it has a good chance to beat the time I have on my... Even though I made a little mistake there at the beginning of Snow, I think this has a good chance to beat the time I have on PS4 for this category.
This has been a pretty good run.
Well, I have awesome people to, watch their runs and learn from, so... Over's run of this category is just ridiculously optimized. It's so cool to watch. Oh, what's happening here? Help me up, buddy.
Yeah, small optimization here is to hug the big scarf in the middle instead of the smaller ones, because the big scarf kind of boosts you up faster. And then try and optimize our way up these stairs.
I'm just chirping. I don't care. I've had so much bad luck with them lately.
Sancho's just going to climb the stairs. It's fine.
Yeah, chirping there cancels out the slower, stepping up animation. So that's why I was spamming chirp.
And then here, there's wind cycles that you're supposed to hide behind certain parts of the architecture to make it past this windy hallway. They will keep pushing you back. Sancho's going to try and skip a couple of those cycles with some specific, very quick movement. This is fine, though. There's a wall there to kind of grab you, so you don't get blown back too far. But you can see on the floor where there's safe areas behind these rocks that you can step into.
Mm-hmm. And I'm also doing something called charge running, which is right as you hit the ground, you hold down the flap and you kind of run a little bit faster, but you're not flapping. It's a tiny bit faster than the hops, but you got to time it right.
Going up these stairs even casually, this is a very tight cycle to make.
It's meant to be that way, I think. Oh my gosh.
Barely made it.
We lost Scarf. We made it.
Yeah, you lost little Scarf, but it's fine. We're past the point where the Scarf is super important, other than just tiny optimization for the very end here.
Yeah. I mean, the more Scarf you have for this part, the more jumping you'll do in this very climactic scene, and so it's always good to have as much Scarf as possible. You can have a terrible run and then have a ton of Scarf here and get very few wind patterns, and suddenly you've made a PB. And you can be on your best run, and then suddenly the wind is just brutal to you, and you have a bad run. It's a little RNG, this part of the run. Because I'm literally just holding down flap and walking towards the Grinch's lair.
This is an intended story segment where we're just walking upward while the wind is blowing us back. It's very dramatic. We lose all of our Scarf, and at a certain point of no return, a timer starts. And once that timer reaches 0, we don't see the timer, but in game, once the timer reaches 0, we are going to collapse, and it's going to go into a cutscene. So if you don't want to see spoilers for the end of Journey, for some reason you haven't played the game yet, after all this time, this is a good part to stop watching until the end of the run, because the end of this game is quite beautiful, and I do want you to experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
Should I be closing my eyes right now?
I mean, just pretend you're me, I guess.
All right.
Pretend you're slightly less cool than you already are, and enjoy. Enjoy. I mean, He's kind of got a Grinchy body too. I always think of that top of the mountain that the Grinch is up there. But then there's just something Seussian about his physique. Their physique. All right. So we can keep walking here. We don't have to. Once the clouds start to like cover the mountain, you've made it as far as you need to go. Also, there's like some cool war machines in the back we can try and locate. I don't see them at the moment, but they're there.
They're flying around in the clouds. It might be hard to find them.
Oh, I'm looking.
Yeah, I saw a shadow for a sec.
Oh yeah, there's one. Yeah. Okay. Also, I always like the trivia. The best thing about the PS3 version of this game, if you have a physical copy, is you can listen to a commentary track of a playthrough of the game. And I learned that the sound effects they use for the snow here, for stepping in the snow, is crushing different kinds of potato chips.
I find it interesting that they didn't just go and step in some snow.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe just some crushed ice, maybe.
Yeah.
The things Foley artists will do.
I mean, it sounds like it, though. Like, it's what a great Foley solution there. I love it. And this I like to call the Jedi Council moment. Soulmass, would you mind playing the role of the Wayfarer for this part? So this is where the council looks down upon this person and the work that they've done to get here, and they say, "You are allowed on this council, but we do not confer upon you the rank of master."
This is outrageous. It's unfair. You know, Sancho, from a certain point of view, this council could be seen as evil.
You know what? I mean, literally, like, just tossing people into, like, how many people didn't make it? You saw all those graves. Like, was that way that didn't make it far enough? This is a brutal coming of age initiation rite for their culture, if you ask me. Like, give me a bar mitzvah, give me, some good-natured hazing. Anything.
Yeah, if you're familiar with games,
I'd take a quinceañera over this.
If you're familiar with like games that definitely inspired this, like the ones made by Fumito Ueda, like Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, which are all about atmosphere and very little about actual implicit storytelling. Journey doesn't really have much story aside from what you can see, so there's a lot of interpretation. So when you play through the game, you get to experience it yourself and come up with your own vibe. The way that you experience the game is your story. It's your journey.
Yeah, I love it.
But here we're doing since we have White Robe, we can skip through some stuff and kind of go some unintended directions, and quickly climb up this mountain. So we don't have very much left in the game. We're just going to go up a few waterfalls, and then as you can see, we're very close to the top of the mountain, which has been the goal this entire time. We started out far away from it, but our journey has finally brought us to our destination.
The hero's journey. That's what it's supposed to be. I haven't done the reading to know how it does that, but yeah, I mean, it's a shame we're not doing this the intended way, because we're missing some of the best moments in the score by skipping the intended path.
Yeah, even if you haven't played the game, I definitely recommend you could just go listen to the soundtrack by Austin Wintory. It is beautiful. Oh
yeah, and he's rewrote it for the actual London Symphony. There's a YouTube video of that. Oh, if you're already well acquainted with the soundtrack already, and then you listen to the little tweaks and stuff that he makes to it, that's always super cool. You know what? I'm gonna try and go for the ledge.
Go for swag.
We'll probably fail it. I don't think I was setting it up right.
There's a little ledge that if you just right, you can slide down the ledge.
Oh, I think we're.
Oh, we bonked. That's fine.
Oh well, it was worth a shot. If I don't beat my other time by like 1 second, that would be so great. And now we've got like a minute 20 walking, or something like that.
From here, there's really not much time you can save. We're just going to be walking toward this light. and then I'll let Sancho call when time stops, because it's at a very specific moment when you reach the end of this light tunnel ahead of us.
It's right as he steps through the threshold and then falls to his death.
That's not what happens. But
if you see what was the name of that video again? Secret ending or alternate ending? I can't remember the animation. Yeah. That's such a good video. The Wayfarer goes, whoa, and he just falls, and you hear their voice actor just screaming at the top of their lungs, and then taking a breath and then screaming some more. It's so good. When we do say time, though, don't compare this to the leaderboards, because we started at 0, but the run technically starts with the minute 20 on the clock, so you don't have to do the laborious opening stuff at the beginning of the game.
We can just add a minute 20 in your head, and that's what the actual time of the run is.
All right. Yeah, we're getting close now. Any second now. Oh, good timing, too. My battery controller is low. I just got a little message saying that. And time. And now I'm no longer pushing forward. It's just walking on its own.
GG's.
Okay, that looking at the delayed thing, yeah, that it definitely beats my other run. So
yeah, it's just below a 41:20. So wait, that's a 41:14.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's respectable.
That's second on the current leaderboard for this category.
So that's been Journey. Sawa, do you have any more donations or comments to share?
Not at the moment, no. That was a great run.
Thank you. How are we doing time-wise? Do we have time for the song? Yeah, we're running a bit late. Okay, I can do it. I can do the song. Okay, so this is a song about speedrunning Journey and running into a red robe and not having time to be nice to them. Let me make sure I got the volume up. Can you hear that okay?
Sounds good.
See, I'm out here looking like a pro. I'm on my way to snow. I'm nailing it for show. So many gold splits that I might be a leprechaun rainbow at the end. See, you're out here looking like you're dead. The war machine's all red, went scoffing down your threads, and now you lost hope. And so it seems to me as if you could use a friend. You're laying in the sand, I'm not lending you a hand. Now stop messing with my camera. Can't have this, so it would be nice if I could be a good Samaritan, but no. Ready, I'm sorry. Soul Mess, want to do the echoes? Ready, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I gotta jet, gotta get a PB, but there are other jellyfish in the sea. Ready, I'm sorry.
Not sorry.
Ready, I'm sorry. I love the delay. I gotta go, gotta think of myself. Just wait around for somebody else. See, you're out here looking lost and tired. You're like a fragile flower that's in its final hour. I don't have the time to help you find the flow trophy or the hidden shrine. See you out here trudging through the snow. Still got a ways to go. Your scarf is frozen cold. But if I don't get this skip right here, it will add 3 minutes to my time. I can't lend you a hand, cause guess what? I don't have hands now. Stop messing with my camera. Can't have this, so it would be nice if I could snuggle up and warm you up, but no. Ready, I'm sorry. Ready, I'm sorry. I know a body right now would be nice. Some company before paradise. Ready, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Ready, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Best I can do is give a sympathy chirp. I won't blame you if you think I'm a jerk. I can't stop, ready. Even if you face flop, ready. Don't you know I can't stop, ready. Even if I face flop, ready. All right, thanks for humoring me.
Let's go. That was amazing, Sancho.
Absolutely amazing.
All right, that's it for us. Thanks, Solmash. You did a great job. You want to tell people where they can find you?
Yes, you can find me here on Twitch or anywhere as Solmas218, as you see it on the screen. I run lots of games similar to Journey and a lot of other games. So, yeah, you can stop by and see me running games.
Yep, I like the what's beat say not what's the beat rhythm game you do. I really like.
I've been playing a lot of Muse Dash lately.
Yes, Muse Dash. It's a cool game. So yeah, check him out. I have a stream as well. I do what I'm doing now. That's basically what I always do. I love singing parody songs, and I like playing games that are atmospheric puzzle platformers. So we're good. Thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Keep donating. This is such a good cause. I love the cause.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for that run. Thank you for 40 minutes of this amazing game and also the song at the very end. Again, this is Quest for Quet, and we have Lena's Inception coming up. We're going to take a quick little break to get that set up for you all. We'll be back very shortly. All right, everyone. Once again, this is Quest for Quet. We have a couple donations coming in. We have $15 from Iggy Zig. Let's bring a pupper home, everyone. Less than 3. We also have $10 from Phoenix Captain with no comment, but thank you very much. Both of those going towards the current milestone. We currently have a milestone and a bid war open for the Pokemon Crystal Randomizer by Limey later on. We have a bid war for the boy versus girl trader. And currently, let's actually see who's in the lead. At the moment, girl is in the lead. As Limey put it, we are currently set to trans Limey's gender 105 versus 35. We have a pretty sizable lead there. So if you want to see the boy trainer, get those donations in. If you want to see the girl trainer, get those donations in as well. And on top of that bid war, we have a milestone incentive for the same run. Everyone loves a good shiny Pokemon, so why don't we get Limey to show us one? With the Catch the Lake Shiny incentive, Limey will catch the red Gyarados in the Lake of Rage to get us a shiny Pokemon in our party. And as someone who's seen Pokemon, I am personally a fan of the pre-evolution Shiny Golden Magikarp, but the red Gyarados is majestic. And in the party, no less? Y'all need to see this. $270 cumulative to hit that milestone. We're currently at $235, so get those donations in to help. No need to select any incentives, it'll automatically be applied, but you should also be putting it towards the boy or girl bid war. Exclamation mark donate in chat and support Trainer Anade and Cat.